We're going to teach you one easy trick to get even better results with hypnosis. Right, all right. So Mike Mandel, I'm Chris Thompson, this is Mike Mandel. Let's talk about it.
Well, if you're already a hypnotist, you're already making changes for people, and this will be quite easy for you. But we're talking about making that distinction of using direct suggestion for a number of different things where it absolutely excels.
Right, so the one thing is to learn how to use direct suggestion, or DSIH, direct suggestion in hypnosis, for two purposes. One is to cement the change that you've already made in the session using the normal stuff that you're using, whether it be, heaven forbid, script reading or a protocol or something you made up on the fly, ideally. The second thing we're going to do with direct suggestion is we're always going to give ego-strengthening suggestions to the client at the end of the session.
Right. So let's unpack both of those. The direct suggestion to cement the changes, to tighten up and firm up the concrete of what you've done is very, very powerful. Whatever you do, whether it's an NLP intervention, one of the tapping regimens, whatever, at the end, with some trance work, reinforce everything. So the person is now going to sleep through the night, their insomnia is gone, their anxiety is gone, and you say, and you feel free, and you're sleeping so well every night. Starting tonight, your dreams will be wonderful. You layer on these direct suggestions to emphasize and enhance everything you've done in the change work.
No matter how you did that change work,
right,
add it on. Just think of it as cementing the change, letting that change cure and crystallize, whatever the word is that you want to use.
I like that.
Okay, so the second thing was ego strengthening. This is something you've been teaching for years. I learned it from you. Our students all learn it from us now inside of the Mike Mandel Hypnosis Academy. What the heck is an ego-strengthening suggestion? How do we make it direct? And why do we want to do that?
We want to do this in every intervention we do, again, even if we only spend 15 seconds on it. The idea is we are supporting the person as a good person, someone who can learn, someone who's making progress in their life. And it can be a simple series of suggestions that are very direct and very clear, like, and you feel so much better immediately because you're a strong person. You're moving on with your life because you see opportunity and you go for it because you have value.
I was just thinking value.
Build up their value as a human. And the ego strengthening stuff at the end will have them come out of trance in a very powerful and very useful positive state.
All right, now we're going to throw in one more. I said we were going to give you two. Here's a third, a bonus. Another way that you can use direct suggestion at the end of your session. And that is motivation for them to do their homework. Because a lot of the times, right, we're going to give the client some sort of homework. Do you want to talk about that?
So even if they're working on something like empowering questions they're building every day to refocus their minds, the direct suggestions at the end of the session are simple, and it can be as easy as saying, and your homework will be important to you. You'll make sure you prioritize it every day. You'll do it without fail, and it will only take you a couple of minutes, and you'll enjoy it. Build up the motivation to make sure they do their part in it.
And an easy thing to always give homework on is self-hypnosis to reinforce the change that you've helped them begin to make. So those are some really awesome ways to use direct suggestion with hypnosis to cement the change.
Right, let's just mention, sorry Chris, let's mention here that there's a move nowadays to sort of ignore direct suggestion in hypnosis. People have sort of said, oh, it's not necessary because everything is fixable if we regress the person to the cause.
That's actually, there are some schools, and we're not knocking anyone here.
No, just we have a different theory.
It is just a truthful fact that some schools focus almost exclusively on everything must be regressed. We don't believe that to be the case.
Well, it's not always the best procedure. We think there's times when it isn't a good process. In fact, Bernheim and Lebo, Bernheim was a neurologist, Lebo was a medical doctor in the 1880s. They got phenomenal results. They tracked rigorously in suggestive therapeutics, Bernheim's book.
Without ever using regression.
All of their results were direct suggestion in hypnosis for things like sciatica, all manner of physical problems and emotional problems as well. This stuff works. It needs to be in every hypnotist's arsenal of hypnotic weapons.
All right, now since we're on the topic of just wrapping up direct suggestion in hypnosis, let's explain to you some of the attributes of what makes a suggestion direct.
And how to do it properly.
So the first thing is it needs to be in the positive. We want to aim people at where they are going, where they want to go, not away from what they don't want anymore. And you're not afraid of carpets anymore. You're not afraid of iron filings.
You won't lie awake staring at the ceiling all night with insomnia anymore. Just get away from the problem.
You're comfortable around dogs. We know someone who has a fear of dogs. So you would say you're comfortable around dogs. You like dogs. Doesn't necessarily mean they need to go out and get a pet,
No,
but
of
they
course
won't be
not.
afraid anymore, something like that, right? So what will
happen.
not what won't happen. Now, what about repetition with direct
Okay,
suggestion?
it's good to repeat direct suggestions. There's a mythology in some schools that you've got to say it 15 times. And I don't know where this comes from other than someone's feverish imagination. But we want to say the suggestion at least 3 times and say it in different words. So say the person has insomnia, which I've just mentioned already. You can say, and you'll sleep well through the night starting tonight. Your dreams will be sweet and you'll awaken refreshed.
That's it.
In the morning when you get up, you'll know you had a fabulous night's sleep. Now, everything is in the positive. I've said essentially the same thing. The insomnia is gone.
3 different ways.
Without saying it 3 different ways, because something will hit home and will work.
Keep your suggestions fairly short. We like to say 10 words or fewer. You don't have to count them. Just don't turn it into what we call a Ken Sweatman story, where you're giving all kinds of unnecessary detail.
Yeah.
Keep it short. And what about word painting?
Oh, that's great. Word painting is when you bring emotion into your words, and it's very, very powerful with direct suggestion. So instead of this monotonous, and you're sleeping well through the night,
You'll wake up feeling refreshed.
You'll wake up. No, it's, and you'll sleep so well tonight when you go to bed.
And you'll wake up feeling amazing.
Move into your words, and that will be far more effective when you use direct suggestion or any kind of hypnosis. And the result?
You're going to be a far more effective hypnotist. Trust this guy, Mike Mandel. He's amazing, and he's taught me pretty much everything I know about hypnosis, so that's pretty cool. We teach the Mike Mandel Hypnosis Academy. You'll find a link in the description under this video. There's a test drive that we offer. It's curated videos. It's awesome. It's not like a Hypnosis 101 class. It's a really amazing experience of what our academy is all about, so that you can decide if we are your kind of people, and then check it out, sign up, and see how much you love it. So we'll see you in the next video. Ring that bell after you click the subscribe button on YouTube so that you're always going to get notified of our new videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks once again, and good night.